tell you, and I don't care if I say it every single week, that Chattanooga print behind you needs to follow you everywhere you go. It makes you lit like the Lord. It's just like perfect, like sun-kissed.
Yeah, it's some nice colors up in here, isn't it?
It is that Tennessee orange, and I love every bit of it.
Yeah.
So great to see you.
Good to see you, too. Are you grieving that the Olympics are over?
Girl, let me tell you something. I'll tell you something. Y'all, if you've not been with us on the podcast, welcome. If you have, you understand. I have taken to the bed over the end of these Olympics. And if that closing ceremony wasn't everything I dreamed of, and people are pooping on Tom Cruise, don't you dare talk about my Tom Cruise.
No.
Honey, I love that we have a national treasure as a movie star that rappelled into an Olympic stadium to be able to say, honey, hold my beer, we're going to L.A.
I loved it. And I love him. I know he's controversial because of, the whole Scientology thing and all that. But I'm just one of these people. You do you. If that works for you, then whatever. I don't care. I love his commitment to excellence, and I'm a Tom Cruise fan, and I don't care who likes it.
You're talking to two Tom Cruise fans. So Tom Cruise, if your team is listening, Karen Mills, Trish Suhr, we love you. We loved everything you did. And I'd also like to just give a clap back for people that are being salty about that, because your girl loves a receipt and your girl loves the Olympics. I believe it was 2012, if I'm getting the year wrong, forgive me, but when they had the Summer Olympics in London, Daniel Craig did the same thing as 007. Nobody came for him. And I love Daniel Craig. That's my secret husband. But nobody came for Daniel Craig. So I'm like, y'all just be kind. Tom Cruise is our national treasure when it comes to action movies.
That's right.
And I thought he was phenomenal. I was slightly upset that the Hollywood sign was not really in the shape of Olympic rings because, I called my friend that lives there and I said, Jamal, could you and your husband step out on your balcony because they got Netflix money? And I said, could you step on your balcony and look out and see if he did that? And he said, girl, we need a refund. Those rings aren't up there.
Oh.
So I don't know if it was CGI or what, but as an Angelino, I would be fine if they left up them Olympic rings till 2028. I say just do it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Thanks.
Who cares? Put up the Olympic rings and less, anticipation.
Yeah, let's get our money's worth, L.A.
Yeah.
We're about to have the traffic jam of all traffic jams in 2028.
Yeah, and you're about to vamoose out of there.
Oh, I will. I will be in the Italian Riviera when that occurs, y'all. As much as I love the Olympics, I can't do that level of traffic. So, y'all, Karen and I, speaking of the Olympics and magic, we're talking about which this is the episode's going to be about today. If you're not listening to us and you haven't been here, welcome to What I Know So Far. It's really about what we've learned in life up to this very moment at today years old. And like, subscribe, review. We love a review.
And tell us a guest you would like to hear or any topics you'd like to hear. And we aim to please.
We aim to please. We're full service around here. I mean, to a degree, we really will. We will do what we can. We'll come walk your dog. Make you laugh. But Karen and I were talking. I said, Kate, I don't know if you're having trouble with this like I am, but because Jason and I have been really talking about my husband, about having fun as an adult. Like, is it getting harder for you to have fun as an adult, or finding what fun is now, I should say?
Yeah, it's both things. I think it's the older you get and the more responsibility you have, then the harder it is to have fun. When you're young and you can, throw caution to the wind and go and have a great time with your friends or whatever, and everything's a three-ring circus, and I don't even want that anymore. So what you want changes, but it is a conscious effort to be able to have fun in your life and to incorporate that every day. And what I've found and what I'm trying to do is to set my intention to have fun today. Because if I do not, errands, all the things just get in the way of it, and the day's over, and then tomorrow we repeat the same thing again. So,
okay, that's so good. I didn't really think of it in those terms, and that's really smart to actually set the intention of having fun. I always say I like to find fun. I mean, I get in the morning and the second time I open my eyes, I'm like, I say thank you, because I'm like, you decided I need to be here one more day, Lord, thank you. Like, universe, whoever you pray to, y'all, every day I open my eyes, I'm like, whoo, good. Thank you. You want me here. I feel good in this body. Let's do this thing. But I think adding fun is a really great thing, because you're right. You'll get caught up, and I got to, go pick up a prescription. I've got to go tend to dry cleaning. These dogs have to go to the vet, or just the little things. And I don't prioritize it like I do. And you and I've talked about this, but we're lucky enough. I feel so incredibly blessed. I get to love what I do for a living. I at the bottom of my toes, the top of my head, I'm so grateful. Same. So because of that, and I know you feel this way, I'll sometimes feel, I know it sounds crazy, but I feel guilty about finding fun because what I do for work to me is fun. And I don't know if that makes sense or if I sound a little crazy saying that, but sometimes I think, well, I can't just head out to the beach today and literally skip rocks and read a book because I do fun for work. And I think it's almost giving yourself permission, maybe. I don't know if that's what I'm looking for, but I'm trying to find things that are fun because I don't have hobbies. A lot of people are like, what's your hobby? I'm like, telling jokes.
Yeah, right. And when you are someone who is lucky enough to do what you love for a living, then that is also fun. And it's not like you get off work and now you try to find something to go have fun,
Yes.
Yeah, so we are very fortunate in that respect. But still, there is responsibility to the work, and there's we work so hard before we go to work to prepare the material, to book the shows, to travel to them, to do all the things. So the work part of our job is before the performance.
Correct.
And so we have to, but I still have to work really hard to make sure that I keep fun in my life because I help take care of my mom, and I do a lot of things that and I'm so grateful that she's here, but I'm just saying that those things can snowball on you, and then the next thing you know, you're not doing anything that's fun to you. And,
that's right.
And we share one of our number one fun thing to do, and that is
concerts.
Yes,
we love concerts.
Love a concert.
I remember, was it last year when Pink did her carnival? She kicked off the carnival tour.
Summer
and I
Carnival
said,
Cruise.
Yes, I called Karen. I go, let's be crazy and go to Europe and follow Pink. I was like, I'll join the carnival, baby. And of course, Karen and I both do not have the schedules that allow us to do that.
No.
But for half a second, Karen and I both were like, who are you going to be? I'm like, I'll be the bearded lady. I don't care. Let's go join the carnival.
I know. I could have done it in a heartbeat if I had nothing else that that I had to be responsible for. I would have been all in. But I did see her in Cincinnati, and that was the third time I've seen her, and it's just.
She's just she's inspirational, aspirational, and just also a national treasure at the same time. Because she changed rock and roll, she changed pop, she changed to me all women in music. And I just told Karen this because I went this weekend to see Foo Fighters, who, if you haven't seen the Foo, once in your life, please take the time to see Dave Grohl in person because he's a master entertainer, and just it's literally like watching your favorite cousin or, I don't know, your age group, listen, cousin, uncle, brother, whoever you relate to. Dave Grohl is so incredibly lovely and authentic and real. You genuinely feel like you know him in front of 55,000 people. You're going, this guy is amazing. But it was such a great show. But opening for Dave Grohl was the Pretenders. And if you don't remember the Pretenders, y'all, they are fronted by the OG punk heroes, Miss Chrissie Hynde. And Miss Chrissie Hynde is 72 years old. And I text Karen, I was like, this woman is an inspiration and an aspiration of what it looks like to live your joy. Because she was up there kicking ass. I don't even know another word. You can't say kick butt for somebody like a Chrissie Hynde. It was an official kick ass.
That's right. She's a badass.
She's a badass. And she got up there, Kay, at 72. And I'm telling you right now, if you weren't like me zoomed in with your iPhone to the monitor, you'd not have known she's 72 years old. Her vocals, A-game, could have been 25, 30 years old. She was slinging that guitar around like it was something from Garage Guitar Hero. Like it was so light, she's bending over, doing crazy moves. Her band was 30 years younger. I turned to my husband, who is a rock and roller, y'all, and I said, babe, why are the rest of the band so young? He goes, baby, the rest of them are dead. And I was like, oh, hell. That did not dawn on me that she had like 30-year-olds back there, and here she was 72, making it look easy. So I want to keep that level of joy, and watching her brought me joy. It brought me so much joy, and I thought, that's what fun is, to sit with everybody in that place had a like-minded, I hope, to a degree, to have fun and celebrate these amazing people that have created music that affected your life. And I think that's what makes music such a ultimate equalizer, is a fun thing to do.
It is, and people can all connect through music. And I just think music is, it's a marker in time. A song can take you transport you to a certain place in your past, and you're just there all of a sudden. I love concerts. I love music, and just like with Pink, she is unapologetically herself, and that's very inspiring to me, because it's so hard when you're adulting, particularly as a young adult, to really have the courage to not care what people think and to go do you. And as we age, we really question why we didn't do that sooner. But the need to be liked is just so massive, and I just respect people that throw caution to the wind and say, I'm going to be me regardless, and if you don't like it, too bad.
That's right. Have a good day. Bye. Your opinion's not needed here.
That's
Adios.
Right.
That's what makes scroll on. Write that down. Scroll on. I was thinking too, because I realized that's something a lot of people say, to have a happy relationship, you and your partner should have similar hobbies. And again, I'm not a rock and roller. Jace doesn't tell jokes, although he's funny as I'll get out.
Yeah.
We don't have a quote unquote hobby together, but I thought, we both, obviously he does music for a living, so concerts are a little different in our world, but we love going to concerts together, and we like planning trips around one, and like finding a new city and maybe going to a new city. And I thought, that really is amazing. It doesn't have to be y'all are ballroom dancing together, which sounds like I'd rather have a root canal, no Novocaine, than have to learn a dance move. It's not my gift set,
Right.
I like to enjoy music, but I'm not going to learn a kickball change.
Right. Know yourself.
Know yourself. Honey, know yourself. And if that's your jam, good on you. I love when I see girlfriends of mine in these cute heels at dance class on social media. I'm like, get your life. Or I have girlfriends that are in pole dancing class. Karen and I could tell you a story about that. We got roped into one on the road. We'll put a pin in that. But yes, not my gift set. Doesn't bring me joy. So I think knowing what you do like is as important as knowing what you don't like.
That's right. That's right.
What fun is.
And that doesn't mean you shouldn't try new things, but you can find out, well, no, that wasn't it, so I'm not going to waste any time doing that again. But do you have a bucket list concert that you haven't been to yet?
Oh gosh. Okay. Now I know. Let me say, I missed the boat on Fleetwood Mac because Miss Christine McVie. I know. I've seen the amazing. I love Stevie Nicks.
Me too.
I've seen her. I think 15. I might be 16.
Oh my God.
Y'all don't understand. Yeah, I have an issue. I will find her. If Stevie Nicks was like, I'm folding laundry, I'd be like, coming. I love Stevie Nicks.
Will you hum while you fold it?
Yeah, are you going to just hum a brief tune? I don't care if it's Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I love her. So Stevie Nicks, but I really want to see the Rolling Stones. So I keep telling Jace we've got to go before one of them leaves this earth again, because we've lost one. I need to go see the Rolling Stones. And that's a bucket list show. Pink for sure, because I saw her. This is embarrassing to say, and it's not because I don't love her. It was simply life schedule. The last time I saw her, she opened up for Justin Timberlake on the Sexy Back tour. That's how long it's been since I've seen Pink. Embarrassing.
Oh, man.
It's okay. It's just fine. It's fine. I love her so much. It's just been a logistic. Anytime it was able, I couldn't. So need to see the amazing Pink again. And I think one of my bucket list moments I saw I think I was 28, maybe 30, late 20s, early 30s. I saw, when you realize you're at something and you don't realize the thing you were at is actually going to be like a core memory. If that, you don't realize what you're doing. And I accidentally got tickets to see Sting. Joss Stone opened for him. If y'all don't know Joss Stone, look her up. She's like a reincarnated Janis Joplin. She's unbelievable talent.
Yep.
at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Like, I accidentally happened to get tickets while I was there. And if you've never been to the Royal Albert Hall, if you ever get to London, it's a very intimate, round theater. It makes you feel like you're at the Muppet Show, okay? And it's the most amazing acoustics. The reason I say that is there's not a bad seat, because it just sounds like a dream sequence. And I got to see Joss Stone open for Sting and Sting perform at home. And it was a life-changing. It was one of those concerts that you're like, I can't believe, like, this was lined up divinely is how I felt, because I would have never been like, I know, I'm going to London for this. I think I had 2 nickels to rub together, and this person was like, hey, I've got a ticket. Do you want to go? And I was like, So those kinds of moments, I think, really are the concerts for me. Like the ones where I've done Coachella, I've done Stagecoach, I've done these big old festivals, Bonnaroo. I don't like that everybody smells a little funky and needs a shower. I've passed that age in my life.
Yeah, right.
If that's for you, do you?
Yeah.
Mommy likes a bathroom. I don't like to sleep out in the wild and mud.
No.
Not my gig.
No.
What about you, Karen? What's your bucket list concert?
Well, I've already seen Adele twice, which was phenomenal. I saw her in Atlanta on her first tour through here and through the States, and then I saw her at Caesars.
Yes.
And
I need to go before she's done.
Oh my God, had great seats. She walked right past us because she goes out into the audience. It's because Caesars is like 4,500 seat theater.
Yeah, it's very intimate.
Yeah, so that was just incredible, and I also love her because her sense of humor is so wicked. I mean,
isn't it great?
I love an English woman anyway. They have the best sense of humor. I do. Love it.
I love an English woman, and I love that her speaking voice doesn't obviously match her singing voice. Like, we all know you close your eyes and be like, that's Adele. Like, the second you hear that power. When she talks, it's just so funny because to me, she sounds like somebody working at a grocery store. It's like, girl, did you come? I'm like, I love you. I'm in a posh grocery store, but.
But that was phenomenal. And everyone should try to see Adele in their life. But the one that you've seen 15 times, I have not. Stevie Nicks is I am dying to see Stevie Nicks.
I'll go with you anywhere. Just tell me where I'll meet you. I'll meet you. She's somewhere next Tuesday. I did see her with Billy Joel. I've seen her in all formations except Fleetwood Mac. I know, y'all. I can't. It's one of my, y'all, in my life, I've been lucky enough. I used to wait tables at Planet Hollywood. You're welcome. And I've done it all. There's probably not a job I haven't had. Dug a grave? Check. Honey, your girl's done it. I've had the gig. But when I worked at Planet Hollywood, and this was in the late 90s. In the late 1900s, children gather around. And we were the backstage catering for Elton John at the Hollywood Bowl, which was a charity event that night. And I'm forever. Elton John could call me tomorrow and be like, Trish, Suhr. Well, I can't do his accent, but if he was like, girl, I need you to come down here and help me with these kids, I'd be like, great, Elton John, for this moment. He came backstage, not his team, not handlers, nobody. He came backstage to the catering area, and he goes, how much champagne do we have? And I thought, oh, Lord, and I'm full bartending. I was like, we've got 14 cases. He goes, everybody, there's enough chilled? I said, yes. He goes, everybody grab a bottle. And grab 2. And so I was like, oh, shit sticks. So we all grab a bottle, and he's like, follow me. And he takes us to the side door, and then his assistant goes, y'all right through there. And at the Hollywood Bowl, it's a very intimate, I shouldn't say intimate, it's a good-sized venue, but it's not massive. And they have tables, box tables, and these, the celebrities who paid all this money to sit to watch Elton John perform. Honey, they had a row of chairs for us, the staff, to sit down and watch this concert in the front of these people that have paid tens of thousands of dollars for these tickets. And that champagne was for us to drink. And
wow.
Where I sat was in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver. So if y'all remember, Planet Hollywood was owned by Arnold. So he was my boss. So I'm sitting in a Planet Hollywood shirt in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger and his wife. And I've got 2 bottles of gorgeous, it was a very expensive one, not Tattinger's. It was a bougie champagne. And I felt so bad. I go, y'all want a bottle? I split with them. I was like, so I handed them one, and they were but I enjoyed that whole concert in front of Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm thinking, is this my real life? And that was, I lived in Hollywood maybe 4 weeks at the time that occurred. And I thought at that moment, I was like, it doesn't get better than this. I can just stay working at a Planet Hollywood for the rest of my whole life.
Oh, wow.
because it was such a moment. But Elton John was just so lovely. He said, I can't give y'all enough thanks for how you've handled everybody. And just like, what? You're Elton freaking John. But that's why he's Elton freaking John.
Right. Nothing
So
better
that
than to have a moment with a celebrity when they're that kind and the person you want them to be, in addition to being the talent. I love that when that happens.
It is. It's a moment that you're like, this is my whole real life. You know, you're always grateful when, and it was such a surprise because I legitimately thought, we've got to go out and serve this champagne.
Yeah.
Quickly, children. Like I was gathering. And he's like, these chairs are, well, he led us over to the area. And then to be fair, he didn't walk us out. He was about to go on stage. He just was like, to the person leading us out, he's like, you know what to do. And he said, these seats are for y'all. And I was like, is this my real life? This is my real life.
That's very cool.
That was a cool moment. It makes you have all this joy, especially around music. Because look, I love to paddleboard. Jace doesn't love to paddleboard, and I've realized too. I was like, I've got to get my happy butt back in the ocean because we were in Mexico in July, and this girl let me just jump on her paddleboard. She was like, "Oh, you can get on it for a minute." Y'all, I thought I was Moana. I was ready to just take off out to sea because it just brings me such joy. I can just charter the ocean, give me hey the chicken, and let's go. Like I was like,
I love to paddleboard too.
Isn't it just, it's so joyful and freeing. And I know a lot of people, it's probably much safer on a lake. I'm out in the ocean giving a speech about please don't eat me to creatures in the sea, as we talked about on our Karen Morgan episode. If y'all haven't when that episode, listen to that, because Karen's like an amazing triathlete. She's out there with an ankle bracelet that I've ordered, by the way, as like shark repellent magnet. She sent it to me, so I'll keep you posted. As of right now, knock on wood, your girl's safe.
My favorite place to paddleboard is in St. Augustine at Mantanza Bay, because the bay is very calm and it's beautiful. And,
I gotta go.
Oh yeah, it is. It's really,
Okay, let's go
really
do a
beautiful.
show there so we can
Okay.
just go back and forth on the bay.
Yeah, you don't have to talk me into it.
That's my alley. See, paddleboarding, concerts, Karen and I've got it together. Is there anything else that you want to try for fun that you thought that might bring me joy? Because there's some things that I go, maybe I'd like that. I don't know, because I've never tried it.
I can't think of anything offhand, but anything around water though makes me so happy that it, whether it would fall in the fun bucket or the peace bucket or the there's just a connection to water that is just special for me.
Same. I'm the same way. Y'all, we're I used to think for years, I've never been on a cruise. I have never been on a cruise, never been on a cruise ship, nothing.
I have.
Okay. Yeah. And so I just don't, I don't like, in my mind, I'm trapped. So just so everybody, I'm not pooping on cruises. If you love a cruise, awesome for you. I have this weird, and my brother is Navy SEAL, who would always say, don't get stuck at sea. Like he also drilled it into my brain that it was like, you could be lost at sea. I know no one's losing a cruise ship, God willing, but I was very like, I'm good. But as much as I love the water, I keep thinking, should I try a small one so I can have that, like, open my window and be at sea? That's another thing that I don't know if I'd love, but I've wanted to try, and I don't know if I'm going to like it, pottery. Like, to throw pottery. I've always been like, can I? Because I'm not a creative person like that. Like, I'm not let me go make this vase, not in my gift sets. But I thought, is it because it's a messy looking to me? Because I don't like a mess.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it is something I could do. Like, I'm starting to open up. That's what is there stuff that you start to go, well, maybe I should try it?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I would be willing, but I know me, and I know that I'm a performance artist, and that feels like art. It is art. And so that's not my gift set.
Oh, you know what? Fair enough. I mean, look, the last time I made anything remotely near clay was in, I think, 5th grade art class. I had to make a pinch pot. And I don't even know what that means. I think I just pinched clay till it made a bowl. I don't know. I think they just said that to little children to keep us busy, but I've never made anything. So I was like, would that be something I could do?
I would do it for material, not for the outcome of the...
We do. You know what? I would go do that with you because anytime something wacky's happened, it's usually been with Karen and or Leanne. It's happened with people that I'm like, we didn't mean. We walked into it. Like we didn't. Yeah. We went in for reasons of health or something, and then something went awry. It's always that. So you're right. I need to learn it.
And then we have a new 15 minutes.
And we have a new. My girlfriend's invited me to go to some weird. Is it like making rugs like latch? I was like, wasn't that a thing? You're like, yeah. And then I got invited to a macrame, like those hanging baskets. I was like, I don't got that. I'd rather walk into a Home Goods, spend $15.99. I can't give up a Saturday for that, y'all.
No, that's not my thing. I mean, if it's your thing, good on you. But that's
right?
not. Yeah, that's not.
Thank you. I'm glad that. See, this is why you're my friend. Oh, I love it. Karen's like me. We forget half the time. It's short timers.
I guess do not disturb means nothing to my phone.
No, it doesn't to mine either. Don't worry about it.
But the other thing, I did on this past weekend, I did the Use It or Lose It show.
How was it?
It went fantastic. And the point of bringing it up is, so much of the time when I go to perform, we worry about, our set list, getting everything right, hoping we get good laughs. And I totally changed my intention for this show. And
what was your intention?
Just to have fun. For me to have fun. See, I usually worry more about being funny than having fun. So I went into this to have fun, and it was one of the most fun shows. I'm not kidding. Had a ball. The material, a lot of it worked great, and what didn't work as well still ended up being very funny because it didn't work. So I think there's something to setting your intention to have fun, whether you're going to dinner or whether you're going, whatever you're doing.
That's right. It's funny you say that. Josh Wolf, who we will have on the podcast, but a dear friend, my best friend we're almost 30 years of best friend. We're getting, Josh and I are getting up there. But Josh said to me, what he's doing now on stage is the most fun he's ever had. And it's taken him a minute to start exactly what you just said. He said to me, Trish, I just set the intention to get on stage and just have fun. And I thought, that's so true, because now when I go on, and I know you're right. For me, when I'm working on new material, I go up with a little bit more fun and intention than I do when I'm doing, as I call it, the greatest hits. When you're going up on a bigger show, I get so worried about people that spent money on a sitter or, and I know Karen's the same way. We start thinking about all the things that people did, got a hotel room, drove somewhere, all the things to be there that I want to give them everything I've got in the best of ways. So I'm usually a little hyper focused on world's best show instead of me having fun. So giving them fun. And there is that gorgeous balance. I know I sound very Nietzsche, y'all, like I'm California sitting on a rock, but it really is. There's some truth to going, you know what? I just want to have so much fun because I want to have fun with you. And I'm learning to have fun with the audience instead of going, I'm going to work and I'm going to give them the best show. Like, I'm letting go a little bit.
Well, that's what I realized, is that I was funny but not having fun.
Ooh. And say that one more time, because I need to hear that. You were what?
I was funny for the audience, but I wasn't having fun. Ooh. And surprisingly, after the show, people are like, we love this show. This has been one of our favorite shows that we've seen you do. I mean, people love when you also have fun with them. And so it was a really good lesson in addition to being just a fun show. And I think you can, even if you're going to dinner, you can set your intention to have fun, or you can just go to dinner.
You know what? That is, I am from here on out. You're right. I'm going to make it my practice for the next 30 days and see if it just sticks. I'm not even doing 21 to form a habit. I'm going to do 30 days of having fun. Just setting because you're right. You can say, I'm going to this grocery store right now. I'm going to have fun. I hope they're playing Shoop by Salt and Pepper, and I'm going to dance through these aisles at the grocery store.
There you go.
You're right. You're right. It really is just taking the situation and turning it on its head. Oh, Karen, I'm doing that. And you know what? I'm going to start doing that even more, especially trying out this new stuff, because I've been in this place of enjoying the room. As comics, sometimes when you're in smaller venues and you're working out new things in small chunks, which means we're not doing an hour, we're not doing 30 minutes, we're maybe coming in doing 15, 20 minutes. a lot of times you get there, you don't have time to. I try to get there at least enough to see one, if not two, comics before me, so I can take the temperature of the room.
Sure.
And just get on. I always say, kind of get on the frequency of what's happening in the space that I'm walking into. I can't walk in and be like, I'm going to be amazing. You don't know what's happening in this space, and so I've gone in lately with this real intention of figuring out the frequency of the space. And I think that now adding that level of I'm going in and I'm going to have so much fun will help in the bringing fun. Because that's beautifully said.
I think so too. And one other thing that's fun to me, and just talking about in general, what brings us, I think there's a little difference in bringing joy and having fun. My dogs bring me joy beyond belief.
Yes.
But sometimes you go through the responsibility of taking care of the dogs and walking the dogs and feeding the dogs. And
that's right.
But it's a tremendous joy, and I couldn't live without them. But I love a board game. Do you like game
Karen,
shows and board games?
How have we? I live for a board game. If you and I lived next door to each other, we'd be that weird couple that'd be like, hey, we're going to meet over at Karen's house every Wednesday for a board game. I love a board game. And I love a game show.
Too. I love a game show. I love charades. I love $10,000 pyramid.
Me too.
All that. Family Feud. I love it all. But I love the game shows, and then I love to play board games. I love it.
What's your favorite board game? Because I just got introduced to a new board game that I was like, everybody already knew it. And I thought, how did I never know this existed? What is your favorite? Like if somebody said, we'll play whatever you want tonight, what would it be?
Wow. Well, I love trivia because I love a good brain game.
Yes.
But I also love, oh man, it's escaped me. See, that's why I need to be playing more brain games. The one that Marsha and I play all the time, and
we'll have to text Marsha. Is it a board game? Look, this is
yes,
love it.
It is a board game actually, and oh man. Anyway, we're gonna have to
Rummy
trim this
Cube
out
sequence.
because
That's okay. I got you, girl.
I should have looked it up, but no, I love trivia. I love anything that has to do with charades. I love win, lose, or draw because I can't draw, and what it will end up being will be ridiculous and funny, and we laugh so hard we can't breathe.
I love Karen. How did I not know this? I just got introduced to a game called Sequence. Have you ever played Sequence? It's a board game.
No, I haven't even heard of it.
I had not either. And my girlfriend, I have a girlfriend named Burger. And let me tell you something. Burger is the queen. She's tried to teach me Yahtzee 10 times because she can play Yahtzee like a champion. She has 3 children. Those kids are all Yahtzee geniuses. I don't understand it. I've tried. My girlfriend Nora can play it like a dream. I get anxiety when they're like, Trish, do you want to play Yahtzee? And I'm like, because to me, it's just like you leave stuff up to chance. You're throwing some dice out of a cube and I got to do math. So they said, Trish, we'll play Sequence because that way you won't have to worry about math. And I was like, oh, okay. I love a game with no math. So I'm going to send it to you. I'm sending you Sequence. It is Jason. It usually is best played with 4 people, but it's teams that work opposite each other, but you don't talk to make almost like Connect 4. It is my favorite game. I'm obsessed with it, y'all. But I just got introduced to it like 2 months ago, and now I'm like, anybody want to play? Like, I'm a little kid. I'm like, anybody want to play Sequence? As a grown woman, hey, y'all want to come over and play Sequence?
Well, see, and that's been missing from my life because I haven't probably played a board game in 2 years. and I know, and that's something when I was thinking about fun, I'm like, I love playing games. Why haven't I been, having friends over and doing game night?
Yes.
Because I love it.
Okay, I'm coming in town. I'm bringing Sequence. We also need to play 25 words or less, which is also brain game and a board game version as well. That there is the TV show, y'all, but hosted by America's love, Miss Meredith Vieira. But it is just so much fun. And Karen, we have concerts. We have paddleboarding, and we have board games as our 3 favorite ways to have fun. I feel like I have just learned something new about you, and we've been friends over 15 years. This is amazing information.
The last game I played, and it's a terrible game, but we had so much fun. Cards Against Humanity.
How fun is that game, though? It's rotten, but it's hilarious.
It is. It's hilarious. It's terrible, but it's hilarious.
Have you played What the Meme?
No, I haven't played that.
Okay, well, that's another one made by the same people. Jace's kids love What the Meme. It's similar, but there's a family-friendly version, too, so it doesn't get nasty mess. But somebody had gifted it to one of the kids, and we opened it up on a Christmas morning, and, honey, none of us could breathe. We were like, what are we doing? I was like, should we be doing this on Jesus' birthday? It's fine.
Well, we
It was a
definitely
good
need to
We'll
have
play.
a game night next time we're together.
I'm telling you, my suitcase will be half clothes and half board games.
It's so fun. And I always get material from it because things just come out that's so hilarious, and I can always get something from playing and having, being with friends and just laughing so hard. So I need to, again, intention. If I go next month, I'm going to have a get together and we're going to play board games, then I'll do it. If I say we need to have a board game night, then I won't do it, or a game night, then I won't do it. I have to be very intentional about it, or it just becomes.
It's so true. Well, I'm gonna schedule a trip to Chattanooga. I'll do a show, and we'll have a board game festivus. You know me; I love that mess.
That sounds perfect.
Don't threaten me to get on a plane to come play board game. Or are you going, honey? I'm headed across the country to Kay's.
We're gonna have a game night.
We're gonna have game night. Pack your bag. Let's go.
I love that movie too. By the way, I love Justin Bateman.
I know. Oh God, is he not?
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. He's my secret husband. Between that movie and Office Christmas Party, if you've never seen Office Christmas Party,
so funny.
God, I love that man. He's a dream. And on that note,
yes.
what we know so far is we have to be intentional about fun in our lives.
Yes, that is the lesson for today on what I know so far.
That is our lesson. Yes. And I'm glad we learned it because it's only taken me this long in this life to learn it. So you're welcome
I hope
for the life
everyone
hack,
listening will be intentional and try to have more fun in their life. And that's what you and I are going to do.
That's exactly right. And y'all, thank you for listening. If you could please rate, subscribe, review, we would appreciate it so very much. It means the world to Karen and I, so we can keep bringing you fresh new shows. And Karen, where can everybody find you on social media? This will all be in the show notes below, everybody. But where can they find you?
Karen Mills Comedy on everything except Facebook, and that's Karen Mills Comedian.
We're working on that.
Yeah, and then KarenMills.com is my website.
And you can find all our tour dates there. Y'all, I'm at Trish Suhr on everything. TrishSuhr. And my website is trishsuhr.com. I know. It's real straightforward, y'all. So can't wait to see y'all super soon. And we're going to bring you fresh new episodes every week because that's what we're here to do. Kay, I love spending this time with you.
I love spending this time with you, too, and I appreciate everyone who's listening and telling people to come and check out our podcast. We really appreciate it.
We sure do. We love y'all. Have the best week ever.
Bye.